Hi, welcome to Fox Valley. Today I'm Barb Nadeau. We have a wonderful show today, and I hope you stick all the way through to the very end. In the second half of our program, we'll have Christine McMahon. She is here from Sandwich Park District to talk about upcoming programs, special events, trips in our area, and Christine is a great guest here on our show. We'll see her in a few minutes, but right now we have an opportunity to talk to two women who are part of a group called Survivors of Suicide. They actually lost their brother about 10 years ago, and they're here to talk about a very special event coming up in the Yorkville community on June 1st. Stephanie Fletcher and Heather Bishop. Stephanie, thank you for being here. Heather, thank you so much, both of you, for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you for having us, Barb. We really appreciate it.
We want to tell everyone about the Stars of Hope Sky Lantern Festival. This is actually your second Lantern Festival in our area.
Yes, we had one last October, and it was a huge success. I think bigger than anyone really expected. We launched 240 sky lanterns, had hundreds of people show up, and it was absolutely amazing. It was great.
I know it kind of exceeded your wildest imaginations in putting this on. Heather, how did this idea get started?
This idea got started when Jen Slavika gathered the idea. She had been infected as well, and sometimes it just takes a special person to kind of realize we need to kind of share the love and open the eyes of the world out there that this is something that doesn't need to be taboo. There's a lot of things that don't need to be taboo, and we just need to be able to feel comfortable and open and share that. And this wonderful woman said, you know what, that's going to be my role. She started it. You had people like us kind of grow to her and say, yeah, we're on board. Let's bring this light together and shine it out, and magic erupts from there, basically.
And of course, you're talking about Jen Slapika. She's with Suicide Prevention Services, actually in our studio audience today for our show. And of course, Suicide Prevention Services has their Stone Manor in Batavia, where they have a great network of support, and support that comes all the way out to our area with a satellite office in Yorkville.
Right. They have support groups they offer out in Yorkville, as well as there's another support group offered in Sandwich once a month. Those support groups are for people like my sister and I who are survivors of suicide. They meet once a month and get together, and it's people who are at all levels of grief in their journey with losing someone. It's family members, friends, any loved one come and meet and really talk about their experience and where they're at. And it's a pretty emotional experience for anybody, and it's just a great thing to have that support out there because, like my sister had mentioned, it's such a taboo subject. It's something no one wants to talk about, and when you're grieving something like that, it's very difficult to find other people to talk to. But once you start to reach out, you find that there are other people out there like us that have experienced the grief and the pain and understand what you're going through.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, there are a lot of people,
Yes.
a much larger population of people who are wives or husbands, sons or daughters, grandchildren, or dear friends of someone who's committed suicide. And you were talking a little bit before the show with me about how it really takes a lot longer than you ever imagine to deal with all those things that are coming out of your that you keep bottled in.
It does. We're 13 years in this journey now. Our brother passed away May 16th of 2000. And I hadn't realized how, even after the fact, I attended some survivor support groups, a handful of them, but I was 24 when my brother passed away. I had just given birth to my daughter. She was a week old when he died. So I went to the support groups, and then life kind of got in the way. So my grief was put on hold, and I was raising my children. I went back to school to finish my bachelor's degree.
I'm sure you felt like you were just dealing with life and going on, and you didn't think about grief hiding in the shadows.
No, absolutely not, and it was always lingering there. And the funny thing is, once I approached Jen, the Sky Lantern Festival was really my first experience in getting involved in any kind of Suicide Prevention Services fundraisers. It was SPS's thing, and I found it on Facebook because, Facebook's the best place to network. And so I found it, attended. I was so excited to be able to take my children to this. And I saw Jen doing her thing around there, and then December rolled around, and they had another fundraiser called the Santa Shuffle, in which you could go online and you ordered a Santa suit through SPS again. And we all met at the Jewel parking lot in Yorkville, and we walked down to the river to River City Roasters and had hot coffee and chocolate and met with Santa Claus. And so that was when I really actually formally met Jen. I introduced myself to her and got to know her. And then come to find out she was planning this event now in June, on June 1st. And the minute she posted it that she wanted to do this, I sent her a message right away and said, what can I do? Let me know what I can do. How can I get involved? What can I do? And she contacted me and asked if I would be willing to tell my story and talk to people like you and get the message out there that we were doing this.
Now you're blogging and...
Yes, I did my very first blog yesterday, and it's on the Yorkville Patch website, and I guess it's one of the highest read blogs right now. It's kind of overwhelming. The response has been completely overwhelming and humbling at the same time to know that something that I consider my story and kind of basic and simple because it's my story. It's just, I wrote it thinking this is just what's happened to me. I'm sharing this with you. This is what's happened to me. And to have people leave comments like, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now I know I'm not alone in this. Somebody else is going through some of the same things I went through. It's really a great feeling. It's pretty humbling.
And that's really what the whole purpose is to say you're not alone and you have someone with you, and we are here and we're ready to give you a hug and say, yes, we understand because we've walked your walk, is really what you're trying to get accomplished through the Sky Lantern Festival. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely. It's just, and it's really, like she said, it's just you reach out and that law of attraction too, as soon as you open, people just draw near. I couldn't tell you how many dear people to me have also been affected. Close to my best friends, patients I work on, and everybody's just like, oh my gosh, let's get together. Let's make this happen. Let's shine on the world and basically take care of each other. I mean, we're here, we gotta take care of ourselves. We gotta take care of each other. We gotta love each other. And that's what it's all about. I think from there, that's when things change. The world becomes good again. And
so Heather, how does it happen? What happens at the Sky Lantern Festival?
Magic. I almost say epical because it's a mix between the epic and the magical aspects of everything. That's really what happens. That's all I can almost say. It's almost speechless, and all you can say is magic, or just be silent in the presence of that magic. And
well, to have that many people show up at your first event, and now we're just 7 months later at a second Sky Lantern Festival at Yorkville, to have so many people collect has got to be just an awe-inspiring, but just an awesome experience to say, oh my, there are this many people here in our local community that are affected by suicide. But then during the evening, what is actually going on for people who are wondering, gee, I don't know if I've got the strength to come and be here.
Right.
What am I going to find there?
And it's funny you should say that because I was kind of wondering the same thing when I went to my first one. I thought I would just be in tears, and I have my 2 children with me and be in tears trying to light this lantern. It is just such a light atmosphere. I mean, no pun intended. It is a light atmosphere. There will be performers, there's going to be a DJ, music, we're looking at dancers and fire performers. There will be vendors there, I believe River City Roasters and Foxy's Ice Cream and Home Plate Hot Dogs and a plethora of other people. It's almost like a carnival atmosphere. So you won't feel, it takes away all that heaviness, the heaviness of the grief and the heaviness of why we're there. It allows us just to kind of breathe. It just breathes life into us and gives us that hope in that moment. And so it's just, you can have the strength. I'm telling you right now, anyone could come and have the strength for
So
this.
you can feel the support, you can feel a community, and you can also kind of say, I love you, it's okay, we're all doing fine, through that whole purpose.
Exactly. Exactly. It is. And it's just great to see other people smiling. That was the biggest thing at the Sky Lantern Festival, the last Sky Lantern Festival, is you look around and people are happy, and that's what's so great. You see families together and everyone is just joyful in that moment. So that's a beautiful thing.
Well, just the fact that you're organizing this event just really, underscores how valuable we all are and how we have to take care of each other.
Yes.
Yeah, every single one of us, every single life, how valuable. You've actually brought with you one of these. Now, this is a Oriental Sky Lantern. Simply out of this world, and I will admit, I think they are. I was astounded the first time I saw one of these because they're huge.
They're very big, yes. I was surprised too. It takes 2 people to launch that. If you're coming out, bring a partner because it takes a couple of hands to get it launched.
Well, I'm glad we have a couple of hands here today to help us with this. And I thought it was a little candle, and it's actually a flame. It's actually a burning flame. Now, how do I get a hold of one of these so that I can be part of this festival?
If you go online to Stars of Hope Festival.com, sorry.
Okay, and we do have
Right.
it on the screen.
Yes,
so there
thank
you go. You don't
Thank
even have to think about it.
StarsOfFestival.com. There, you can go to that website, and all the links will direct you to where you need to go. If you're looking to donate anything to the festival, you can go to that link. If you're looking to purchase a Sky Lantern for the festival, it'll take you to the PayPal site for Suicide Prevention Services, and you'll be able to get it that way. And then when you arrive to the festival, all the lanterns will be there, and we'll have your name on a list, and we'll get you hooked up with your Sky Lantern.
Okay, and then there's a moment that they'll all go.
At dark, there will be a countdown, and we will launch them. We will light our Sky Lanterns and launch them all at once.
And I'm sure there will be one that goes up and then two
Oh,
and
there
then
always-
several
yes.
and then so it doesn't matter how fast you can get it lit because
Right.
it's just going to
It has the
fill
same
sky.
effect, yes, they all. It really is a very cool effect.
Now, is the money going to help Suicide Prevention Services?
Oh, yes. Almost all of it goes to Suicide Prevention Services, so to help people grieving, going through counseling, that are having troubles, that need to talk, it all goes there. You are supported, and we are there again, taking care of each other.
So it's okay if you're just someone who just really loves the concept of
Yes.
of life and supporting one another. If you're not a member of a family that has been affected by suicide, you still want them to come out.
Yes.
Absolutely. This
You
is for
betcha.
everyone. And 100% of the proceeds goes to supporting SPS, and the vendors are putting their proceeds to donations towards SPS. So it's a great event just to advocate for that association.
I have so many dear friends who have been involved in SPS throughout the years, and it is such a great facility, and I've always been a huge supporter. I know that Suicide Prevention Services, our office here in Illinois, the home base in Batavia, as I said, but with satellites and support throughout our whole area, is a leader nationally
Right.
in this effort to make a difference and actually prevent suicide from happening and from happening again. And so we really do want to urge you to support Suicide Prevention Services. And the Sky Lantern Festival, the Stars of Hope Sky Lantern Festival, is going to be on June 1st at Yorkville High School at their football field. And you said hundreds of people came to your
Yes,
first one.
they did.
We're going to see if we can't double the hundreds this time. Now, you actually brought one of these, and this is the official equipment, right? How do
Yes.
these work?
Yes.
I will say we have a couple of hands. You said I will let you couple of hands here. Heather and Stephanie will show us how this works.
Okay. When you open up your Sky Lantern, when you arrive the night of the 1st, and you open it up, you'll be peeling this wax covering back, and you will see this little black square, which is actually the fuel cell. You're going to kind of want to shake it out a little
It
bit.
is huge.
It's ginormous. Yes. So you kind of want to shake it out a little bit because it'll allow the air to flow through once you light it. So you kind of want to, otherwise it'll get hung up.
And it has its own ability to rise. It does not
Right.
need any help because
No.
the heat of the flame will actually take it from your hands, I know. And then it's as simple as a little
Light the
clicker.
corners of the fuel cell. And because we're inside and there's no breeze or anything, it goes very easily. Outside, when we did it in October, it was a little trickier because it was cool and windy.
Oh, and I see if you do the 4 corners, then it will light, and that's the